Hi, do you get hot flashes? Did you know there's actually food and drinks that can help you with them? And I'm going to show you how two foods can help you to reduce it by half. Yes, half. In this video, I'm going to tell you what causes hot flashes, what triggers hot flashes, and how to reduce them. If you don't already know me, I am Jackie Grant, your hormone health lifestyle advocate and founder of We Grant the Fitness and Health. Do you get hot flashes? Are they mostly in the night? Do they set your bed on fire? Not literally, but you know what I mean. Do you throw off the covers in the night? Do you feel completely sweaty? Do you have to change your bed sheets? Well, I used to get them, but I've got the measure of them now. And through understanding what's going on, what habits, nutrition, lifestyle, and my mental health plays in me experiencing them, I want to share this with you. So the key thing with this is that there is so much we can be doing, and we have to take ownership of our health, and we have to do everything that's in our power. That we have to kind of do our own bit. Me and other professionals that I know in the field know that there's so much a woman can do, but somehow the message is that keeps happening is that it's something that happens to you and there's nothing that you can do. There is so much that you can do, totally so much you can do. And I'm going to tell you some more. So, alongside sleeplessness, weight gain, hot flashes is is the most negative aspect of peri to postmenopause. Around 75% of women have hot flashes during perimenopause transition. Frequent to moderate to severe hot flashes can be 7 to 10 years on average, and less frequent or severe can last even longer. I've definitely heard women in their 70s have the odd hot flash. Even my mother, who's 76, who didn't have any hot flashes, well, so she says, has started to experience them. Now, hot flashes can be pretty debilitating, especially if they're in the daytime because everyone can see them. In the daytime, if you're streaming with sweat, you're dripping with sweat, it's another layer that's added to your stress and it also can affect your confidence. If you are someone that has a public facing job like speaking or anywhere you have to present or speak in a meeting, that is often a time a hot flash can kick in. I know. And that can lead to, real loss of confidence. And when they occur in the night, they can lead to severe, you know, disruption, unbroken night's sleep. I mean, I had that for a number of months, which was pretty bad. They made an impact on my cognition, my mental well-being, um, and it's really impactful when it comes to thinking, "Oh no, I didn't get any sleep." It can bring on anxiety. I found that I got really anxious as a result of not having enough sleep. I didn't actually realize it until, I started balancing everything back out again. But I was getting anxious when I was going over flyovers, even a little small flyover that's to go over to my parents' house. And, so I'd drive the longest way round instead of like going the way that I would normally go, which would take less time. Have you ever experienced that? So let's get some solutions. Before we do that, I'm just going to give you some quick information on how hot flashes occur so we can try to affect the root cause of these hormonal symptoms. So, what causes hot flashes? As you can imagine, it's all about balance or imbalance. Symptoms can begin from peri and continue through to post menopause or as a result of surgical or chemical menopause. So this is usually through a surgical intervention such as hysterectomy or a chemical menopause because they're taking drugs such as tamoxifen, which are estrogen blockers, as part of their hormone, part of their cancer therapy. So during your menstruating years, your estrogen allows your ovary to respond when you're in the luteal phase, which is the phase where you start to release those eggs every month. When it gets to the point where estrogen levels start dropping, i.e., perimenopause, those ovaries start to simply ignore the luteal phase. And guess what your body's response to this is? It releases adrenaline. This causes the body to heat up for a few minutes until it cools itself back down. So, next step, what triggers a hot flash? Who are you and what you're thinking about menopause really happens? If you are in the throes of it, you're probably thinking you're not in the headspace at the moment to start thinking about it really matters or why it matters and all that kind of stuff. But really, what you think, you know, actually expresses itself in different ways in the body. So we can really focus on some biological, social, physiological factors to your experience of menopause and the incidence of hot flashes. In a US study, it showed that women who were really stressed, especially those who found it difficult paying for their basic needs such as food and housing, or were in a lower education, had poor experience of menopause, and either did smoking or had obesity, and I really think that this is really, really got to do with more stress. Those women found that they had more hot flushes. But I think the identifying factor is stress. So you may have already identified some triggers of your hot flushes. Perhaps you've related it to food, drinks you consume, coffee, spicy foods, sugars, citrus fruit, and maybe large meals. Or maybe you've related to other things. Definitely pop in the comments below and let me know if there's any other triggers, because it always intrigues me that when I have conversations with different women, how so many different things are, manifesting itself. So maybe there's lifestyle related factors, so stress, alcohol, smoking, certain medications, which I've mentioned before, or even intense exercise. Intense exercise does have a factor when it comes to hot flashes. Yeah. Okay. Or maybe they even get worse. They can get worse when your weight slowly starts to climb up. Okay. So, did you know that some menopausal women who lost weight were able to eliminate hot flashes? Win win, guys. So, let's start to reduce those hot flashes naturally. So, number one food is flax seeds. So, flax seeds contain phytoestrogen, named as lignan. Lignum. I can never say it. Don't worry about it. Lignan. I like to do these things. So, so phyto, which means plants, and estrogens are thought to help our body balance hormones by mimicking and binding certain hormone receptors. So flax also contains fiber, omega-3 essential fatty acids, and both are powerhouses for the better heart and gut. So that's additional benefit of eating flax. But here's when it gets interesting. One study looked at 1,000 women who experienced at least 14 flashes per week. Do you know how many you experience a week? Have you ever counted? Have you ever tried a hot flash diary? If you haven't, try a hot flash diary. Definitely say in the comments if you'd like a copy of my hot flash diary, and I can send that over to you so that you can start to you know together what a diary and map out when they're actually happening. Okay, so like I said, one study looked at 1,000 women and who experienced at least 14 hot flashes a week, and researchers had them take 4 tablespoons of flaxseed added to their meal. Yes, just 4. So after 6 weeks of using the 4 flax seeds, these women's hot flashes dropped by half, and the intensity of those hot flashes dropped another half. So scientists really think it's mostly due to the lignan content, yay, I said it, of the flaxseed. That is some superfood. So it's pretty easy to increase your intake of flaxseed. You can add 1 or 2 tablespoons into a smoothie or sprinkle it onto just about anything, your breakfast, your salad, your nut butters. Not to mention how easy it is to add to baking. So a pro tip here, flax seeds should be grounded because this is where you get most of the benefits because of the healthy compounds in them, and they're are securely stored beneath the harder outer shell. Okay, so most of the benefit is in the outer shell. So number two, water. Okay, maybe this is more of a drink than a food, but you hear me, yeah? When you get hot flashes, you're losing more water than you normally would, like similar to exercise. So make sure that you replace that critical compound, enough water into your diet. So a good habit is to make sure that you don't get feeling over thirsty by keeping bottle, glass, or cup beside you all day for those frequent sips. Okay, so water is definitely something to add or increase to your daily intake when you're experiencing hot flashes. What I tend to say to people is to work yours out. I mean, this is in ounces, 0.67 times your weight in pounds brings up your ounces, and that brings up how much you're meant to drink. But obviously, if you are doing exercise, if you're having hot flashes, you need to make sure that you're adding in even more to you on a daily basis. So in conclusion, there are 2 things you should do if you experience hot flashes. Increase your water intake and add 4 tablespoons of flaxseed in your diet a day. Okay? Let me know in the comments once you've had a few weeks of trying this out. I really love to hear back from you. So Jackie Grant, your healthy hormone lifestyle advocate, sign on off, granting you better health and fitness.